Chickpea, an alternative crop for rain-fed land in Uzbekistan. As you exit the gates of ancient Samarkand, heading southwest towards Karshi, the valley widens, opening to a view of hills stretched for dozens of kilometers. This valley has perfect conditions for successful rain-fed agriculture, growing crops without artificial irrigation, using only moisture accumulated in the soil and spring precipitation. With more than 3 billion people affected, land degradation is one of the world's biggest environmental problems. In Uzbekistan, where agriculture is an important source of income for rural populations, it is a major challenge for the environment and food security. The traditional focus of rain-fed agriculture on the production of grains, with intensive mechanical soil tillage, leads to depletion and the loss of topsoil. This in turn causes decreases in yield, instability, and a loss of ecological balance in the rain-fed production ecosystem. Growing legume crops like chickpeas can improve the soil. Uzbekistan has more than 700,000 hectares of potential rain-fed land suitable for growing annual crops. Of these, less than 300,000 hectares are sown with grain, legume, oilseeds and fodder crops. The harvest of grains on rain-fed land is unstable, totaling between 0.8 and rarely 2 tons per hectare. The yield in rain-fed agriculture strongly depends on weather conditions, mainly on the amount and times of precipitation. With a growing population and limited irrigated land, rain-fed areas could contribute to ensuring food security in the country. Therefore, to reduce risk and restore the rain-fed ecosystem, alternative crops are needed that are more drought-resistant and have a greater value for both the producer and the soil and the nutritional diet of the population. Originating in southeast Turkey, the chickpea is an important food legume grown in more than 50 countries. It is an excellent source of high-quality protein with a range of essential amino acids. Its rich content of micronutrients, including iron and zinc, can help combat anemia, widespread in developing countries. The demand for chickpea on the international market has been growing steadily over the past decades, from less than 500,000 tons exported per year in the early 1990s to over 2 million tons in the past few years. The main and traditional producers, like India, 60 to 70% of world production, Myanmar, Turkey and Pakistan, have over the past 20 years been joined by other countries such as Australia, which brought the area under chickpeas to 1 million hectares and who produce 10% of the world total, Russia, Canada and the United States. These countries have become the main exporters in recent years. Chickpea is an excellent crop for rotation, suited to a sequence with cereals. It's also called an agricultural wonder. Bacteria that live in the nodules along the plant's roots are able to transform life-giving nitrogen from the air into an organic form and enrich the soil. Chickpea is traditionally sown in early spring. As it grows, the plant is subjected to various stresses due to high daytime temperatures and low precipitation. When planting is delayed, high temperatures influence the crop stand establishment, resulting in less biomass, fewer pods per plant, fewer grains per pod, and smaller grains. All of these contribute to low yields. Researchers from Uzbekistan, in collaboration with the International Center for Agricultural Research in the Dry Areas, ICARDA, have developed several varieties of winter chickpea, including Malhotra and Zumrad. These varieties are cold-resistant and can endure short-term drops in temperature to -15 degrees Celsius. The recommended seed rate for winter chickpeas is 60 kilograms per hectare. The winter chickpea has a longer flowering period, more pods and up to 50% higher yield than spring varieties. This is because the plant receives more moisture due to winter precipitation. Specialists have introduced a technology package for winter chickpea using a direct sowing seeder to a depth of 5 to 7 centimeters under rain-fed conditions, which helps preserve moisture. The winter-sown crop matures in 118 days. Sprouts appear in just 2 weeks. Very cold temperatures can partially kill the sprouts. However, thanks to their established root system, the chickpea starts to grow again and flowers in April. The prolonged period of growth increases the plant's height by up to 1 meter. Besides improving soil fertility due to its nitrogen-fixing ability, up to 130 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare, the adoption of winter chickpea has a number of other benefits. It increases the efficiency of moisture use, is more profitable, and has a huge export potential. Chickpeas are not picky about their predecessors. Chickpea seeds are fairly evenly ripened on the whole plant, so harvesting by direct combining is most appropriate. The straw can be used for feeding cattle after preliminary crushing and mixing with hay. Cultivate chickpea and improve our rain-fed areas.